number 2 broke. So good. Here's the engine that came out of the pickup. And you can see the cylinders, yeah, they're really dirty. But they don't look terrible. There's no rust, there's no pitting. It doesn't look like any of the pistons are cracked or anything. I don't see any cracks along the top of the head. And, if I can do it here. Oh, timing chain's all gummed up. See that? I'm just turning the fan and she's free. So, why would they start taking this apart and only have one head bolt? Well, we look down here. This is the head gasket that was on there. What do you see? Right there. Between cylinders 1 and 2 and cylinders 3 and 4. Head gasket failure. So they had taken the head off to do a head gasket. And I'm guessing what happened is they broke this stud off right here. And then they just decided, screw it, just throw it off in the back 40. No one cares about it. So, yeah, that's part of the reason the guy I bought it from got it cheap, because they kind of broke that off and didn't want to deal with that, and didn't want to deal with a head gasket or anything, or put this timing chain and stuff back together. So win for me, win for him. And then I went over on the good old Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, I don't remember which one, and found a guy selling this here. I think he wanted like 300 bucks for it. But it wasn't moving. Nobody wanted to come buy it because they didn't have any use for it. It was attached to a generator. You can see here I think he was a professor from MIT. He made this whole setup, and that attached to a generator, which attached to a welder. So he was running this 1600cc 4-cylinder Datsun engine to run a welder. That would be a really interesting setup to see. Sadly, I didn't buy the welder with everything because it didn't come with it. The guy I bought it from didn't have it. So I just got the engine. But I got the engine for like 140 bucks, so I'm happy. And in the other video, you'll see if it runs or not. But yeah, there's a win-win for me, and pretty much the only difference is this is a 1600cc. This is a 1770cc. So 170 cc's, it's really negligible. They look exactly the same. I mean, there's a few little differences on the side of the block, but it really doesn't matter. Some of the things on the carb are different. This one has a, what do we say that was, an EGR rail here. And it doesn't have one on this engine over here. But they both have EGR stuff. and then different mounts where the coil goes and stuff like that, and it really doesn't matter too much. From what I've heard, it should bolt right up. Sure, it's going to have 170, what did I say? Yeah, 170 cc's less, but I'm guessing, I really have no idea. I think that's like maybe a couple horsepower. And I'm going to get some of that back taking those giant tires off the thing. So, win-win pretty much. So hopefully I can get this thing going and see if she'll just drop right in there. We might have a running truck. That'll be cool. And here's the head and the valve train. You can see they took it off. They took off the valve cover and the head gasket a long time ago because all this stuff is all surface rusted, and that's pretty crusty and crispy. But we look under here. Yeah, you don't really see anything other than like surface rust and stuff. I don't really see anything that jumps out. Like, the valves seem pretty fine and normal to me. The seats are fine. Yeah, it looks a little bit ovaled here and there, but I really don't know with Datsun engines. I don't know if that's supposed to be like that or what. We did end up breaking off all 3 manifold bolts, but this one has one, so it's really not too big of a deal. And thankfully this one came with a radiator too, because I didn't have a radiator before. The truck didn't come with one. So it doesn't really matter that that's all busted and stuff. I might just take it apart and use it for parts, or use all the little springs and valves for metal sculptures or something. So yeah, that's where we sit. One hopefully good engine, and one, I guess with a bit of work someone could get it going again, but I'm probably not going to. Probably just going to take it apart and see what else is wrong, if there's something else wrong in the bottom end. But yeah, should be fun.